This is Sway.
Sway.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake that fire.
Wake your fuck ass up.
Crust out your eyes.
Rockin' with my big bro, Sway in the morning, man.
Shade 45, Sway in the morning. Coming out to me. Who's in the mix? Was it DJ Wonder?
Yeah.
All right, DJ Wonder was in the mix, man. He put on his best hat today, his best mix hat, Heather B.
I know, I see it.
You know why, though, right?
I do know why.
Yeah, man, we got an icon.
Absolutely.
We have an icon in the room with us right now. This guy, to me, a lot of folks give us a lot of credit, but what you don't know, man, I take a lot of my cues from this man right here, this young man who's been a part of the culture way before you heard him on radio.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's walked the walk as he's talked the talk.
Absolutely.
He didn't just come into the game just to be on Shade 45 or Hot 97 or the various radio stations he worked in.
Right.
It wasn't just putting together street sweeper mixtapes and doing all the great work he's done by building and breaking artists over the years.
Definitely breaking artists.
Every artist over the years, at some point when they couldn't get that mainstream break,
Right.
they had to make sure they came and saw this man right here.
Met him downstairs with your vinyl.
Okay? And you had to come correct or you might get slapped in your fucking neck.
Oh, damn.
Bars, son.
He's a former slapper. And he's here with us today, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the legendary, the iconic, the one and only, the truest, the realest doing it, the trillest doing it, DJ Kay Slay.
Kay Slay.
Thank you.
He brought somebody with him.
Yes.
Oh, she's an animal. I used to watch her URL battles and her just slice up opponents like they weren't meant to be born on this planet Earth. Oh, man, she can't get a break as her star continues to rise and shine. They still come at her neck. They still want to put the pressure on her.
Yes.
They don't want her to breathe. Rightfully so. Everybody has a right to the crown. Okay? And when they think you're holding it, they trying to snatch it from you. Miss Hustle is here.
Miss Hustle.
Thank you for having me.
How you doing, Miss Hustle? You're so non-assuming. Like, if you met her on the street, you'll be like, yo, she's a really sweet person and individual.
Nah, B.
Dope. Slade.
That ain't what it is?
You serious?
Yeah.
Don't let that calm demeanor fool you.
Kay Slay, let me ask you. I'm going to come to her calm demeanor. You and I, I've got to watch, I guess we have parallel existences, and as I first started learning about your name and really, especially when you first came on the radio scene, really admire what it is you do. It's reminiscent of what King Tech and I always tried to do as well. Break new artists. We're not influenced by the industry, by who your team is, how much money you made, all that bullshit. We made our money.
Yeah,
We done
exactly.
our thing. We do our thing, right? But where did it start for you? Where did it start, even before you got on radio?
You mean as far as hip-hop in general?
Hip-hop in general.
I mean, I'm from Spanish Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
My mother's from the Bronx, so I had both angles, the best of both worlds. You know, I come from day one, doing the graffiti. And then when hip-hop first came into existence, when we was, breakdancing and emulating the older guys we seen, trying to bring our equipment outside and, ironing our names on the back of our shirts and going to other projects to dance against them. And I come from that, where it was something that we did every day. You know what I'm saying? Like hip-hop is a culture, rapping and DJing and every element under the culture, things that we do. You understand? So I'm from that. It was no money involved, so it was something I loved. And eventually, as it continued to grow, it's still no money involved. You get older, you get involved with street activity and so on and so forth. And then it just came a point in time where I didn't want to get in trouble anymore. Sometimes younger brothers need to come to terms with, you know what? I'm whack at doing crimes.
Yeah.
I keep getting caught. Let me change hats. And when I started to get my life back together around 90, and I looked up and I seen Ron G.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And Kid Capri and Doo-Wop and S&S. And I'm like, they getting money off of this? Like, hold on. I was like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, they really getting paid? I need to step back in the game. And that's what I did. I stepped back out. I came in aggressive. You understand what I'm saying? And I just kept going. Like, it was just like something I already knew how to, how you already know how to do something. So it's easy. It was easy for me.
What was your first mixtape?
My first mixtape was 1994. It was with Puerto Rican DJ Demo. It was called Warning.
Who was on it?
You know, the funny thing about it is it was half blends and it was half hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So of course, you know, we had the Wu-Tang on there. Man, I can't even sit here and think about it.
Yeah, that's 94.
But the funny thing, just sitting here, like one of the people who records I used to go purchase some of the few. It was Heather B.
Heather B. Ladies
Wow.
and gentlemen.
Real
I
talk.
love
Heather
it.
B.
I love the
All
K-Slay.
Glocks down.
Look at her, Miss
All
Hustle. Look
Glocks
at her.
down. Like real talk. We gonna have a conversation because you need to know you are sitting next to greatness right there. And I'm not talking about
you.
that flim flam. I'm talking about she was next to MOP, like melting. Like this is Heather B. I have to just make that known. I spent money on your wax.
Thank you.
You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
So
That's- yeah.
it is artists, you know, like that was definitely on my joint, you know?
You talked about how you came in the game aggressive, you know, and not just because of your execution, getting things done, but also your personality was aggressive, always has been aggressive.
Yeah.
Why was that necessary?
You know, because one thing I know is it's a nasty terminology. You understand what I'm saying? But it's that the fear lasts longer. You know, when you come in humble and you going, hey, I'm trying to, they like, when you come, hey, yo, I'm trying to, they hear you. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to just, you know, throw your wolf cap on and come in aggressive on them. You understand? And once you get in, oh, he got the sound effects. I'm rocking with you, homie. I said, okay, well, he got the sound effects.
saw that, right?
Yeah, sometimes you got to come in aggressive and take what's yours because they're not going to give it to you. No matter how talented you are, they're not going to give it to you. You got to take it.
When you and Papoose did that deal, right? What did you learn from that? Because the report of y'all got a lot of money, but still, it didn't mean that. It probably felt like, man, we on our way. We about to blow this shit up. But that's not necessarily what it meant. What was that like?
You know, just honestly, you know what it is? It's like you got to have that real heart-to-heart talk with artists over and over and over again and make them understand the business. And it's hard when brothers come in and you got other brothers around them. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to give them other directions and this and that and the third. And what happened was an A&R up there kind of manipulated Pap. You know, when I wasn't around to do certain things in certain records that shouldn't have been done. You know what I'm saying? And Pap didn't really know. You know what I'm saying? He thinking it's all family, and things happened that shouldn't have happened, and shit went poof.
Okay.
You understand? It wasn't his fault, though. You know what I'm saying? You got this 60-year-old sucker. You understand what I'm saying? He telling Lionel Richie stories in the fucking studio. What the fuck is he doing being an A&R on Papoose Project, a young black man from Brooklyn?
Yeah.
So I'm telling him, yo, don't go up there around these dudes because they going to try. Sure enough, he did some stupid shit. In the building and tried to blame Pap for, and it wasn't Pap. It was, but being that he been around so long, of course, you understand they gonna lean to his side, and shit kind of went kaboom. So it's really just about making sure your artists have a full understanding that it's us against them.
Yeah.
It's not. We not a team. They don't. I don't give a fuck if you go broke or you lose. Yo,
My father taught me since I was this high. Just because they on your team don't mean they on your side.
exactly.
Everybody ain't on your side. Y'all can have the same jersey on. It don't. You ain't on my side. Damn it! Thank you, K-Slay.
That's it.
Thank you for telling Sway again.
Heather got to remind me
yo.
that.
Nah, real talk, yo. It's just like we had motherfuckers in the buildings. Like they was mad because Barry Weiss. You understand what I'm saying?
With
Like,
Jive
executive
Records?
of Jive Records?
let me explain something. No, but what it was is that we didn't have to go through no A&Rs or anything. We got signed at the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
So when you go through middle stages, they get to cut, behind the door, back door shit and shit like, yo, this costs such and such here. You know what I'm saying? But we going to tell them this and that and the third. They couldn't do that.
Right.
So this cocksucker up there, fuck all that. He manipulated Papoose to do a record, you know what I'm saying, and pay a certain artist who I got respect for, I'm not going to say his name, $75,000 that I could have went to and got it done. You understand what I'm saying? and it wouldn't have been no $75,000. And when that record didn't go where it's supposed to, try to blame Pat Poose. Pat Poose didn't want to do it. This nigga brought this situation to him behind my back. You understand what I'm saying? So that's, and then once the record wasn't going, tried to come to me like, yo, we think, nigga, you better get the fuck out of here. $75,000 was spent and $100,000 in marketing. That's $175,000. Y'all better work that record and leave me the fuck out that because I had nothing to do with it. So then he doubles back and starts sprinkling shit to try to push the situation. But I don't care because we got that money.
You got the money.
We got that money. And then even when we left, my lawyer had a clause in the contract where pay for play, which means that if we leave on our own, then we lose the back end. But if we don't, they got to pay us. And obviously, Dickhead didn't see that in the contract. Our lawyer got him, so
Got
then they
Dickhead.
had to pay us again. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't mad. I got $340,000 up front. You understand what I'm saying? Off that, and then got another $100,000 after we left.
Oh,
K
and-
Slate,
oh,
the
Fuck y'all
street
niggas.
sweeper.
And I'm
You
yelling
understand
at
what I'm
him.
saying?
I'm yelling at him about having Del Frisco's every
Yeah.
Wednesday. You got it. Okay, never mind.
And didn't have to release the album.
Okay.
And left with the fucking music. When Pat Poose put that album out, I was like, go ahead, my nigga. He put that other album out
Yeah.
by himself. You understand what I'm saying?
And got his money.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
the
and
masters.
look at Papoose now,
Yeah,
reality
exactly.
TV star. His wife
Yeah,
is out. They're
yeah.
going big. They
Yeah.
hitting big stages. They Grammy nominated the whole
Everything.
nine. But the point is, and no offense to Pap, but I wouldn't have known Papoose if it wasn't for
K.
K.
Slay.
Slay. There are a lot of artists that I was able to hear because of K. Slay, the Dave Easses of the world. K. Slay was on that early. It's a lot of guys that what you do for radio is the way it's supposed to be done, in my opinion. Granted, we use these platforms to build our own brands because it's important that we have equity in our brand credibility. So Miss Hustle, I think it's important to come up here or to even rock with a K. Slay. But the other side of it is you're giving people opportunities. It's like, man, look where I came, man. Come through the door, man. We here, man. I'm opening the door. Sneak through the door. You know, when you don't see that a lot. When I look at this album right here, the Big Brother Project, that you have out right now, K. Slay has a new album, The Big Brother. And I look at the artists that are on this album. When you look at DJ projects now, it's usually the same 6 or 7 people recycled on every track.
Yeah.
You got the Outlaws. You giving people who need those doors, need those opportunities. Busta Rhymes, Tech Nine, The Gang, 2 Chainz, Kevin Gates, Sheik Luch, Styles P, Scarface, Lloyd Banks, Joel Ortiz, Pat Poose, My Son, Bun B, Fat Joe, McGruff, Mac Miller, Kendrick Lamar, Trick, Zero, Rod Diggs, Uncle Murder, Young Buck, Raekwon, J-Rock. It just goes on, Heather.
G-Rap.
And I only got through half the artists.
Damn.
Yeah, 72 artists on that project.
Mr. FAB?
Yes.
Woo! From
Yeah,
where?
got to. Ice-T.
Oakland. E40, my blood cousin.
Yeah,
K. Slay, I don't know if you knew me in
3D
E40
Not
cousins.
T on it, too.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 3D, she on there.
Yeah. And then also who's on it is who's here. We've been waiting for this young lady to come on the show because I've got a chance to admire. I like being a fan of somebody, so when you come on the show, I can just fan out. Miss Hustle is here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to play a track called It's Harlem. This is all Harlem, right?
Yeah.
It's all Harlem. It's called It's Harlem. You want to talk with K. Slay? You want to talk with Miss Hustle? 888-742-3345.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.